Hello, everybody. My name is Journal, and we're here with a little bit more reverse. Just jump right into it. Boom. I haven't played this before, as you can probably tell. We're still on Node 1. We're gonna go up to Node 6 today. Yeah. Apologies for not having been around for a while, but anyways, that's a discussion for another time. For now, however, a quick summary of the last chapter. We're in World War I, but World War I is now a lot longer than it used to be. This is a flashback to before Verton's time, so this is in the past. Now that it's in the past, we're focusing on Semmelweis, different character. Anyways, awkward introduction aside, let's get right into it. Travel notice. The train will leave as scheduled, weather permitting. Please have your ticket ready for boarding. Spooky. I'll try to keep the commentary to a minimum.
This is no ordinary train. From Istanbul to Vienna, each land it passes through still carries the echoes of gunshots and explosions. Before the war, it was a symbol of luxury. Now it is an arc, a way to outrun death, and everyone is scrambling for a ticket. They have no idea that when night falls and the train stops, death comes aboard too. On one such night, a group of passengers awoke to the sound of crying. They followed it. Then, the crying turned to bawling, and the bawling to wailing, until they reached it. A door that wasn't there before. And there, in a carriage that never was, in that place that shouldn't even have existed, blood-red eyes blinked in the darkness. Before they could utter a scream, they were pulled into the darkness, doomed to join the wailing of the dead and dying in their accursed chorus. As the night fell, and the last slivers of light gave into the darkness, their cries faded, and the blood of those sorry passengers trickled, sweet and warm, into the throats of the red-eyed monsters. Only when that last drop had been swallowed up did the conductress appear, walking amidst the shredded flesh, counting off each passenger the way a butler might inspect a mess left behind from his master's feast. 231, 232. The ceremony is complete, and this journey has come to an end. We hope you had a pleasant trip, and we look forward to seeing you again aboard
The Danube Dawn.
Sorry. The goofy, damn you, Dawn, got me a little.
The Danube Dawn.
The boy mutters the words one last time, then closes his notebook and hands it back to the one beside him.
I haven't been able to read a vampire story since the war started. Thank you kindly, ma'am.
It's just one of many stories in my collection. I suppose it's interesting enough then.
You suppose? It's amazing! And the next train coming into the station is called the Danube Dawn too, you know. Huh. So, it's the same train, isn't it? The vampire's secret base.
Huh. The folly of youth. Not yet able to discern fiction from reality.
Well, it's not like these stories just spring up out of nowhere. I've heard all kinds of them that really happen. At least, I think so. What do you think, ma'am?
He blinks, his shadow's eyes at the woman, then lowers the brim of his
What I think is of
adult
little matter.
eyes.
I simply write what I see. And I see an intriguing story in you. May I have your name?
Robuska. My name's Robuska. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Robuska. An interesting name. I'll be sure to make record of it. As I said, I'm a collector of stories, and you may just have something worth adding to my collection.
Opens her notebook, her shifting pen tracing a line across the page.
I'd love to, ma'am. But you're about to board the train, aren't you? I'm only here for a visit, so it's pretty much impossible I'll ever see you again.
I wouldn't be so sure.
There's the pen in her hand, between
Many
her
a
fingers, and
great
picks it up.
tale started with the impossible.
Vampires on a train, eh? That old tale.
The comment drifts lazily out from another passenger. It seems the tale has a few more listeners than expected.
Old tale. You heard this story before, sir?
No, not precisely. But many like it. Vampires, werewolves, wild beasts, and monsters. It's always the same story about the powerful consuming the common folk. Storytellers have always been good at making their points one way or another.
Ah, that doesn't seem like the same thing to me. What do you think, ma'am?
Monsters. Oh. I missed that. Robuska turns to look, but the woman who told the story has vanished.
You're young. You'll grow out of these tall tales soon enough.
You really don't think vampires are real?
Ah, I'm much too old to believe in that kind of rubbish. I don't see why it's necessary to even put vampires in that one anyway.
Old man exhales a long ring of smoke. He bends down, rubbing the raw seam where his prosthetic meets his severed leg.
Of course it's necessary.
The boy nods gravely, turning toward the direction of the oncoming train.
Think about it. The story's about death, right? And vampires kill, sure, but they also give eternal life. So, say one of the passengers is killed. The vampire can just bite them on the neck, and just like that, they're alive again. Take out the vampires, and now death is a one-way trip. The end of the line. It's way more exciting to have some twists and turns. I mean, where's the fun in a story you can predict from the very beginning?
Ah, you're in for disappointment looking at things like that. The world is filled with predictable endings, usually predictably tragic.
The old man, a half-burned cigarette between his fingers, gestures towards the corner of a station, where massive figures huddled together, clothes worn, cheeks red. Silent and stubborn, they've fixed their gaze on the frozen tracks ahead of them.
Just look at those poor folk over there. They've been waiting here for days. How do you think their story will end? Do you think they have tickets in their pockets? Of course not. But they're hungry and afraid to face the gunfire. So they come here to try their luck. But miracles are few and far between in this world.
The boy pats his empty stomach, chewing on the meaning behind the old man's words.
Try their luck? What sort of luck are you talking about exactly?
I'm sure you're well aware already.
His withered eyes gaze out over the station, as if awaiting a drama soon to unfold.
You're confusing me, sir. Weren't we just talking about stories?
Boy bends to brush the dust from his knees. As he does, the crowd begins to move. That moment, the station bell tolls and a voice rings out over the din.
The next train will arrive in 20 minutes. Please line up, taking care to bring all your belongings and prepare your tickets for inspection.
It's coming. The Danube Dawn.
This is my chance.
The crowd rises and surges toward the boarding gate.
Well, I better get going now. I mean, my train is here. God bless you, sir. Whichever god that is.
He waves to the old man before slipping into the crowd like a drop falling into the sea. No one notices his movement. All they care about are tickets, loved ones far away, and the train about to arrive, along with a troublesome mission. St. Pavlov Foundation,
November
Regional
30th.
Field Mission Brief.
1912. The Danube Dawn is arriving at vampires, infection, Manus Vindictae.
The investigator lingers on the name.
Didn't expect I'd be dealing with Manus Vindictae for my first field mission after the fifth storm. According to current intelligence, the vampire working with the Manus is set to board this train. I was hoping I'd be able to finish this job with my new teammates. Get this done quickly. It looks like this won't be so easy.
She sighs and draws a communicator from her coat pocket.
Easteros Operations Squad 77. Rendezvous. Train station. Time 1820 hours. Still no answer. I never realized the storm could affect people's punctuality too.
Simon Weiss is all business, all sass, and no nonsense.
If the train arrives and they're still not here, then...
More and more people stream into the station. Platform heaves with bodies far beyond the capacity of a single
Don't
train.
push them. Do you even have a ticket?
For crying out loud, the train isn't even here yet.
Complaints rise, anxiety spreads. The fragile order of the station collapses. A scream pierces out above the din.
No, my ticket.
Sir, please give that ticket back to that lady.
What are you talking about? This is my ticket.
Your ticket? You just snatched it from my hand. Everyone just saw it.
The man remains unaffected by her scolding.
Sir, there will be other trains. Everyone will have the chance to leave. I need you to calm down, understand? Our tickets have been specially processed to prevent misuse, so you won't be able to use that ticket.
Other trains? Hey, everyone, listen to me. I have first-hand information. This is the last train out of here. It's now or never. No one's leaving here after tonight.
Sir? Sir!
Shouts and children's cries intertwine with whistles and the pops of steam, drowning out all persuasion.
You don't know what it's like out there. We could all be dead by tomorrow.
Oh, enough of your blithering excuses. Give me my ticket back now. You can save your heroic speech for...
Before she finishes, he yanks her toward him. Passengers with tickets scream. The ticketless stand silent, numb eyes locked on him.
Sir, please drop the weapon.
Let me in. I'll shoot her. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot everyone.
He clamps her throat and backs away, dragging her from the yellow lamplight into the shadow behind.
You really think I'm just going to be a good leadership and go back home to wait for a bomb to fall on my head?
A hollow laugh escapes him, blood rising in his eyes.
No, no, no. If I don't get to make it out of here, then no one else will.
Gunshot splits the air. Silence falls over the crowd.
Hold it, you bastard! Get your hands off that lady!
Guards rush forward, training their rifles onto the troublemaker.
Don't make us end this the hard way.
He sneers at the dark muzzles.
Aren't you soldiers busy enough killing each other? You have to come and start roughing us up too?
His pupils shrink, his fingers tighten on the trigger.
Alright, then try me. Let's see who can pull the trigger first.
Hi. Gotta bring Samawise. Yeah, Samawise. Barabushka.
Fangs out, time to feast.
Greetings.
Oh, I love how his little top hat, or his little
This is
bowler
mine!
hat.
Mine! I've been waiting 3 whole days! Budapest is calling! Yes!
Hypothermia, hunger, nervous tension resulting in delirium. Simply put, he's insane.
Samawise? No nonsense. Simply put, he's a fucking nada. You love to see it. Alright, let's... Well, I think we're gonna just kill him in one hit. Right out.
Target locked down.
Slosh, slosh.
My sight shall unveil the hidden.
Have I startled you?
Yeah! Vampires don't just thirst for blood, we crave victory too.
In the chaos, the shaken hostage is pulled back by the platform guards.
Are you alright, ma'am?
I'm fine, but my ticket. He still has my ticket.
Points toward the culprit ahead, who now charges like a mad bull.
Out of my way!
He finally shakes off the guards and bolts toward the misty track.
Budapest! That's the only safe place!
Budapest.
Ah!
That's kind of nerd. Now, the world tilts. The ground gives way beneath him. He slips from the platform.
Good Lord! Sir, take my hand. The train's coming.
Cries, screams, and whistles rise in chorus, nearly drowning the train's steam whistle in the distance. The man stands dazed in the center of the tracks. His legs are bent at obtuse angles, broken and bleeding. And hell of a fall. But he smiles. A thick black column of smoke cuts into the dusty sky, rising along with a loud whistle.
It's the train! It's the Danube Dawn!
Year after year, the shadow of war clings to this land, relentless, unshakable. But still the Danube Dawn makes its journey, like a dutiful soldier marching alone through rain, sleet, and storm. He arrives bearing hope for freedom and for life.
The Danube Dawn. Budapest.
At last, he remembers what he must do and stumbles toward the engine.
No, sir! No!
I made it! Mother, father, Melina!
The train exhales smoke as it nears, headlights spilling dim yellow circles into the twilight. The man limps forward along the tracks.
Here's my ticket! Let me in! Let me
cries out, waving the thin ticket in the air. He waves it like a protective charm, like the key to life. Like the key to life were in his hand.
I have a ticket!
That was one hell of a way to start a chapter. Train thunders as it grinds to a stop. Too late. Momentum and weight carried on iron wheels pulverize his flesh, crushing rage, madness, and fear, everything into cold steel. The blood-stained ticket slips from his fingers, carried up and far away. The train doors open, and a stewardess with an eye patch rushes out in a panic.
Oh my. Everyone, please remain calm. We need to inspect this scene.
Please, let me in, miss. For the love of all that's good. Don't let us die out here.
This is the last train you need. Please. You have to help us.
The crowd surges forward toward the opening doors. The gore and horror that only just occurred is forgotten in their desperation. A roiling mass of faces filled with stark fear and determination, and bodies jostling for position. Meanwhile, the ticket drifts unseen, landing silently before another. Yet as Semmelweis reaches out to it, she's met by a shadowy apparition. Before she can react, the shadow and the ticket are gone, vanishing into thin air.
A shadow? It could be some kind of arcane skill.
The investigator scans the crowd in silence, searching for the source of this shadow.
Annabelle, William, come along. We wouldn't want to get lost now, would we?
Wait for me, Miss Dorothy.
Not here.
A Class 10 steam engine. When this beauty gets going, it'll run faster than the wind blows over the Alps. As a compound engine, you understand? Steam's got to go through 2 stages before it gets pumped out the top.
Not here, either. Finding no further clues, her pressing mission returns to the forefront of her mind. Picks up her suitcase and joins the madly churning queue.
Crowd's starting to rush. Not safe to stand around. Excuse me? Coming through.
In the brief moment they pass each other, the investigator spots the blood-stained ticket clenched in the boy's hand.
Please, wait.
Seems not to hear her call, hurrying on as if rushing to board, quickening his pace. The investigator attempts to stop him, but the boy ducks. Her reaching fingers brush across the top of the dark felt hat.
Huh?
Hey, my hat!
The felt hat falls away, revealing a girl's face. The hair splits free, drifting in the wind. Pale skin, red eyes, and fangs. She's the spitting image of a vampire.
Red eyes.
The girl bows her head, cutting off the investigator's sight.
You're kidding. I only got that hat 3 days ago.
Seizing the pause, she leaps into the throng. In an instant, like a dragonfly into the reeds, she disappears into the crowd. The investigator steps forward to grab her sole piece of evidence, a hat plain and unremarkable.
A vampire disguised as a normal person, though far from perfectly. They could add her picture to the big book of vampire faces back at headquarters.
If nothing else, it tells her the girl values a clean getaway over her disguise. An exciting introduction, that was. To be continued. I liked it. Got a little bit of everything. A little bit of drama, a little bit of character moments. Mission number, Daniel Dom. 30 level top secret. I'll like slowly scroll past this, right? If you want to read, just feel free. Pause. We can give every like paragraph about 5 seconds. There's a lot to read. Mission objective. Semmelweis is hereby assigned to the Danube Dawn investigation team. All members of the East Coast Operations Squad 77. 1912. Good. He stumbled, but on what? Thread of fate. He do. Not good. I don't know what it. I actually don't know the word. Gut. The full weight of the earlier travesty finally hits the crowd as shrieks and shouts of horror divert the attention of even the most desperate. One exception, a small and slight figure that darts between the gawking crowd.
Phew, didn't follow me. Alright, guess I'll just board here.
She exhales, though her hands trembled on her knees. The adrenaline fades, and rising against it comes the ache of overlong hunger. Her head feels like a weightless balloon.
A little longer yet, Babushka. There'll be food for days on the train. All you have to do now is get on.
He presses her belly, slowly straightening. The hands into her pockets, blending into the line, and glances at the flustered young stewardess. At the train door, the stewardess spreads her arms, pleading with the agitated crowd.
Please, wait a moment while our attendant confirms your identity.
I've waited quite enough. Thank you very much. Let me aboard this instant. You saw the chaos those peasants raised. A living nightmare, I tell you. And I certainly don't wish to experience it again.
I understand your concern, Madam Sonia, but we must follow the train's regulations. Now, if you just wait a moment longer.
Her face burns red as she stands helpless between the passengers and carriage.
Have you lost your other eye, too? My ticket was snatched by that belligerent fellow who tumbled onto the tracks. Everyone can attest to the fact. Now I beg you to skip all this unnecessary rubbish, else I will be forced to write to the Railway Administration. I'm sure they'll be very much interested to hear about this little incident.
Sonia, more like Caron.
Please, madam, if you just wait for another moment, I'll go and ask my superior.
Despite their difference in size and station, the little stewardess is able to hold back the agitated woman with a single hand.
What a crass little girl you are!
Ima.
From within comes a woman's voice, deep and grave in its authority.
I'll take care of this.
The uniformed woman with a patchwork face approaches the door, a long shadow stretching out behind her.
Who's that?
On instinct, the girl takes a few cautious steps back, avoiding the frightening visage of this new figure.
Oh, don't waste our time. I don't care who explains what. Who are you?
The solution to your problem.
Stitches, scars. Oh, you're that conductress everyone has been talking about. As I explained, my ticket has been...
Her shrill tone softens, now touched with nervousness.
I've been made aware of this situation. These tickets are made with an arcane process. No one will use your ticket without your consent. Attempts at ticket theft are a familiar thing.
Expressionless, the woman glances into the most unremarkable corner.
But we have never lost a single ticket.
The girl's instinct for danger has never failed her. She turns at once, ready to move.
Ow!
Her right foot feels weighed down, and she is all at once pulled to the ground. A faint sting buzz of electricity flows beneath the girl's feet as if holding her there, stinging.
That stings. This her arcane skill?
Thought flashes through her mind. One step, two. The footsteps grow closer.
The arcane processing on the ticket will lead us to its location. It's close.
Okay, stay calm, Rabuska. Nothing to panic over. Do what you always do. It's worked so far.
She inhales sharply, lips curling into what she hopes is her sweetest, most flattering smile, then turns her head.
Ah, good evening, my fine lady.
Good evening, miss.
I'm not feeling so good.
Please surrender the ticket. It's in your left trouser pocket.
How do you, I mean, what ticket?
A ticket for the Danube Dawn. Bilet za vlak. Train ticket. Understand? Miss.
Her tone falls like a sledgehammer, pinning her into place.
All right. I didn't steal it. I just saw it floating in the air. You know, finders, keepers, and all.
Her body lifts as her collar clenches tight around her throat. The conductress hoists her up with a disturbing ease.
Huh?
She stares in disbelief at her swaying shoes, her emotions struggling to catch up.
Take the ticket. It's in...
Left trouser pocket. I know.
The stewardess approaches with a cheerful smile, reaching a hand toward her waist.
Hey! Put me down! Get your hands off me!
That mouth has a habit of running off. Should I sew it up for you?
Faint runes shimmer at the tip of the conductress's fingers. The girl wisely clamps her mouth shut.
Coins, a red bottle, a few strips of cloth, and a flute. There certainly is an awful lot in here. Is this some kind of magic pocket?
The stewardess searches the instructed pocket. As she does, she leans in close to whisper in the girl's ear.
Don't worry. The conductress won't hurt you. We just want to retrieve the ticket. Found it! Madame Sonia, please take a look. Is this your ticket?
She gestures to the carriage. A frantic passenger hurries forward and takes the blood-stained ticket.
Oh, yes! This is it! Oh, thank goodness you found it!
The woman cradles it in her palms like a prayer. Girl falls limp, like a rag caught in the wind. A few coins, a bottle, some strips of cloth, and a flute. All the possessions to her name. Her luck has run thin. Not that she had much to begin with.
I'm just hungry. So hungry. I never meant to hurt anyone. Rich people always find a way to get onto these trains. I just thought that maybe I could get on to have a meal.
She swallows her last protest.
You've got your ticket back. So how about letting me down? I'll see myself off.
There you are. What sort of trouble have you gotten up to this time?
A familiar, if unexpected, savior emerges from the crowd. The dark-haired, dark-eyed investigator strides forward, paying only a passing if meaningful glance to the dangling girl.
Good evening, conductress. Would you mind letting her down? This is my assistant. May I ask what sort of inconvenience she's caused?
She sets the wayward hat back onto the girl's head.
Hmm?
The girl freezes, then immediately understands, eyes wide beneath the brim, cheeks flushing red.
That's right! I'm Rabuska, her assistant. What took you so long, boss? I couldn't find you anywhere. What with all the snow?
Orvis lowers her to her feet, studying the two odd figures, so unlike in accent, dress, and bearing.
Assistant.
Yeah, we're on a very, very important mission. But we got separated.
We've wasted enough time. Let's go. And don't forget your ticket this time.
A brand new ticket is pressed into Rabuska's hand. Once meant for one of the presently missing team members of Squad 77, it now belongs to her.
If you cause trouble like that again, I won't hesitate to punish you, in line with the proper regulations.
Sure. Thank you.
She nods rapidly, clutching it tight, casting the investigator a conflicted glance.
I see. In that case, on behalf of the crew of the Danube Dawn, I wish you a pleasant journey.
She dips her head, businesslike.
We're running late now, and the snow is getting heavier. Come aboard. If there are any other matters to discuss, let us do so in the warmth of the train.
More ice coming in clutch. Passengers file aboard, excitement in their eyes.
How splendid! This train is more luxurious than I ever imagined.
Well, she was a luxury express once upon a time. I heard that during the Golden Age, each journey she took was like a social event in itself, filled up to the brim with nobles and celebrities.
The crowd. Investigators crowd, but it seems her nowhere to be found. Damn it.
It appears I'll have to finish this mission myself. It's not all bad. At least I'll have a little bonus waiting for me when I get back to the Foundation.
She offers a soft sigh before turning her sharp glance back to her first cat of the evening, mid-slink in a second escape attempt.
You're going the wrong direction, Miss Rabuska. Our seats are this way.
Of course they are.
The girl scratches her head, feigning awkwardness, but eyes shoot to the investigator's hand now firmly grasping her arm.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I never would have gotten on board if it weren't for you. I really don't have anything to repay you with, though. Tell you what, when we get to Budapest, if you still remember me...
Not so fast, Miss Rabuska. I have some questions for you.
The carriage goes utterly silent despite the commotion of boarding. He follows the other's eyes, now locked onto the conductress and stewardess, standing together at the end of the carriage.
Welcome aboard the Danube Dawn, operated by Vienna Pannonian Railways. I am Corvus, your conductress, and this is Ima, your chief stewardess. The Danube Dawn travels from Istanbul to Vienna, a journey of a little more than 800 miles, with stops in Nika and Budapest.
She does say it like
Due to an
Budapest.
unfortunate incident at the station, our departure will be delayed until after dinner while we cooperate with the local government's investigation. As an apology, we have prepared a substantial meal for every passenger.
Free food!
Eyes flash bright, her stomach quivers with anticipation. She steadies her trembling fingers and masks her weakness with a smile.
I see you have a particular interest in food.
The investigator smiles at her.
You're welcome to my meal if you'd like. But in return, you need to sit here and stay out of trouble. Do we have an agreement?
Well, I mean, it is tempting, but...
The girl blinks.
Why are you doing all this? I'm just an ordinary girl. Why do all this for me?
I'm not keeping you, if that's what you're thinking. You're free to go anytime.
She leans closer and lowers her voice with intent.
That is, if you really are a normal girl as you claim. That conductress is sharp. If she figures out you're not my assistant, it may be difficult to convince her not to throw you out. And to top it off...
Around them, the rich, powerful officers and writers each settle into their own seats, lively chatter filling the carriage with anticipation.
I don't think this train is anywhere near as safe as it first appears.
Samwise is the goat. To be continued. Apologies if I sound a little out of breath. Did a little bit of exercise in between. Did like 50 push-ups. But anyways, same deal as before. Each paragraph gets about 5 seconds. Pause. Or quickly scan it. Maybe you got taken by the vampire. Bon appetit. You must have patience, madam. D3. Dinner arrives and the tension eases. They hunch over their trays to eat, drink, and chatter, laughter rising and falling. Of course, there are a few incidents.
You call this beef stew?
I truly am sorry, madam. I'm afraid the war has limited our ability to procure supplies up to our usual standards. It may taste slightly different from our usual fare.
Slightly different. This is a boiled cowhide in a thin gruel.
Slams a knife and fork down in anger.
It's always for this and for that with you people. Excuses piled on excuses. I paid my fare, the same as usual. I deserve the service I've come to expect.
It really made a Karen.
Wouldn't you say that's a touch harsh, Mum? There's people out there getting shot to kingdom come, begging for any scraps they can get.
Ha! Is this what you Brits do? Stick your noses into a lady's business and levy pointless accusations? Don't you have something better to do with your miserable little life? Perhaps you ought to try feeling the sun on your skin, or, I don't know, cooking a meal that doesn't taste like wet socks?
Oh, that's rich, you...
Arbuthnot. A gentleman flushes red and rises. A stifled giggle sounds behind him. A woman sits behind them, scribbling purposefully as they speak.
What are you doing, Mum?
me. Just recording what I see.
The editor closes her notebook with grace.
Train clash. Beef stew sparks national conflict. Lady accuses British gent of abominable cooking. Or, perhaps, battle at the dinner table. One woman's rage over beef stew. Don't let me stop you. This is all excellent material.
Journalists.
That I am. Though I'm primarily an editor. But I write reports whenever a good one comes along. Call me Verity.
Verity.
If you have any interesting material, especially about Arcanists, please contact me. I will pay accordingly.
Their voices like, well, oh, this is awkward. The pair falter, unable to reply, and return to their dinner. The quarrel now soothed, leave the stewardess effusively graceful.
Thank you ever so much, madam.
Don't you worry, poor thing.
The editor props her head in one hand, turning to watch a passenger feasting in the corner.
At least someone's enjoying the meal.
I haven't had food like this in forever.
The sight of food, real food, melts away the girl's anxieties. The speed and ferocity with which she eats is startling, yet the investigator spies a curious inconsistency. Good table manners.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's Semmelweis. Has anyone ever told you that your eye color is very unique?
Yeah? Thanks.
Robuska lifts her head, eyes shadowed by the brim.
You were saying that this train isn't as safe as it looks. Why do you say that, exactly?
He presses her hat lower.
People rarely match their deeds to their words. They may say one thing, but I found their true motives to often be much darker. Anyone could be a danger. The passengers, the conductress, or even you.
Her tone is not forceful, falling short of accusation. Still, Robuska can't help but make her case.
Miss Semmelweis, all I am is a hungry kid looking for food. Look at me. How could I be a threat to anyone?
You did take that woman's train ticket, yes?
Her voice is gentle, but her words piercing.
Well, yeah, I took it. But I hadn't eaten anything for 4 days. I needed to do something to survive. I didn't mean to do her any harm. I figured maybe they'd let her on anyway. And then we'd both get on and there would be no trouble.
The girl flushes red. Semmelweis holds her stare as if already knowing the truth and waiting for a confession. But she allows a smile to slip from her face.
No one can blame you for trying to survive in these conditions. At the very least, you weren't the cause of any harm. But there is one thing I'm curious about. How did you reach that ticket earlier? It was your arcane skill, wasn't it?
Silence is the answer. Realizing her slip, she stiffly changes the subject.
People rarely match their deeds to their words. Then what about you? What are you doing here?
I'm here to investigate this duplicity.
She sidesteps the question, producing a folder from her briefcase.
But our arrangement was for you to answer the questions.
She draws out a white slip of paper.
Have you seen this pattern before?
Yeah. Yeah! I've seen it. Maybe in a market? Or on a wall somewhere. I might be able to search my memory more carefully. That is, if you let me go later.
The girl eyes the symbol again as if thinking hard, but the facade drops.
You're quite clever. Unfortunately, your acting skills could use a little work, which means I already have my answer. You're not one of them.
He frowns bluntly.
One last question. How familiar are you with vampiric legends? It's often said that their eyes have a peculiar quality, just like...
He meets the girl's crimson eyes, catching a flicker of panic.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Excuse me, madam. A moment of your time.
A voice cuts the tension. At the far end of the carriage, the conductress raises a hand, beckoning the investigator.
Stay put. I'll be back soon. Do exactly as a good little assistant would do. Understood? Vampires aren't the only dangerous things that may lurk on this train.
Sure thing, boss.
After warning her assistant, the investigator rises and makes her way toward the conductor. Conductress's cabin.
That girl is not your assistant. Save your explanation. I doubt you've known each other for more than half an hour.
I love the little glow. The conductress leans against the wall in what must, for her, be a supremely exaggerated gesture.
I wouldn't have expected you to probe into matters of passenger privacy. I believe we should abide by certain basic humanitarian principles, even during wartime. Wouldn't you agree, conductress?
If you were an ordinary passenger, as you claim, I wouldn't have probed. But you are from that Foundation, correct?
Her gaze falls on the badge at the investigator's chest.
That badge with the black and white print. Wherever the Foundation shows up, trouble follows.
No need to be nervous, ma'am. I'm just on my way to Vienna for a little holiday.
Aboard an express train bound to pass through a war zone. You must take your vacations very seriously.
The investigator sighs and pulls out her Foundation ID.
St. Pavlov Foundation. I'm sure you'll find my identification is in order.
St. Pavlov Foundation. Investigator Semmelweis.
The conductress returns the card without a change in tone.
I see. Is there anything that I might do for you, investigator?
We've received intelligence that there may be a dangerous vampire on this train. I could use your help in the investigation.
He cuts straight to the point, stating her mission boldly and without restraint.
A vampire.
A grim shadow passes over the conductress's face.
You're chasing fairy stories. If you ask around, all you'll get is 100 different stories, none of them real. I can't help you chase a myth.
You turn to the sofa, picking up a pair of knitting needles.
Please have a seat, investigator. I hope my handicraft doesn't bother you.
What are you working on?
A scarf for Aima.
Semmelweis steadies herself, forcing her eyes away from the flickering needles.
I've been tasked with verifying the authenticity of this intelligence. However, your attitude...
Thought flashes through her mind.
You mentioned that you've seen this badge and pattern before. Was it someone you met recently?
I have worked on the Danube Dawn for many years, investigator. I have seen everything, except a vampire.
The conductress lifts her eyes from the tight stitches to meet hers.
I see. Then let's presume you're telling the truth. It's understandable it would be difficult to imagine something you've never seen.
The investigator leans forward.
According to our intel, vampires are extremely dangerous creatures. Once bitten, death is a near certainty, regardless of whether the victim is human or arcanist. Those few who survive become what is known as infected. They're like a bomb with a broken fuse. No predicting when they'll go off. Therein lies our problem, Conductress. We believe one such vampire is hiding somewhere on this train. There's no need to exaggerate the threat this may pose to your passengers. You aren't going to turn a blind eye now, are you?
Conductress, the station staff said they want to confirm something in person with... Huh?
The two women sit facing one another, their expressions cold and serious.
Oh, am I interrupting something important? My apologies, I'll just...
Wait. I'll go with you.
The conductress sets the scarf on the sofa's edge.
Excuse me for a moment, investigator. It's an administrative process for the passenger who fell on the tracks.
Administrative process. She stresses the words.
Let's go. Best not to keep them waiting.
He leaves through the open door, the stewardess trailing behind like a lost duckling. Semmelweis watches the guards on the platform, studying the movement of their lips.
Our supervisors need an answer. The train can't depart unless...
Are they trying to blackmail her? I suppose it isn't unheard of in times of war. A long stop could prove helpful to my investigation.
Unexpectedly, the conductress does not resist the guard's demands. Instead, she produces a badge.
Oh, so you're one of us.
Standoff ends. A faint smile creeps over Corvus's face.
Would the railway be working with the army? No, then this conversation wouldn't be happening. Is she handing him a badge?
Then, as if sensing her eyes, the conductress suddenly turns to the window. Her smile collapses in an instant.
Perceptive, aren't you?
Semmelweis doesn't even care. He leans back, watching as the conductress and stewardess disappear from view. Semmelweis is just like, I'll match your gaze. You can stare back now. Right back at me. On the steps of the train, the conductress halts and waves her hand briskly.
Alert the station to begin sanding the tracks. We're departing soon.
I say, this was a long node. Not only sealed in archive, beyond vampire. Vampires extremely rare beyond being venomous. Skin noticeably pale, eyes as crimson, varying in tolerance, blood intake, drafting, and the active animal. Aggression. Cold means rare field can resist. Photophobia. Physiological aversion to sunlight. Vulnerability. Bullets forged from metals. Special alchemical techniques. Infected. Conversion. Pop hours of violent physiological. Psychological mutation. The 93% mortality rate and over 96% incidence of mental instability among survivors. Honest Vindicte, conducting ongoing experiments to convert ordinary humans directly. Both vampires and the infected wretches are beyond officially classified as the Beyond. Woohoo! Join us in the vault along the banks of the Danube. Midnight Piercer. Party cat. 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 I can't pronounce it properly. With a sharp whistle, the train surges forward, charging with growing speed into the black expanse.
The train is finally moving.
Hearts long held in suspense settle, lulled by the rhythmic sway of the train.
Now, what to do when I get to Budapest? First, eat a lot of kapama. No, wait. First things first, find a job, then kapama. Find a job so I can eat kapama so I can work harder.
Girl draws her caval flute, fingers brushing the tiny crack.
Mama, will the kapama in Budapest taste as good as yours?
He looks out at the rolling mountains in the distance, seeing a lone figure running along their span. The figure dashes through a graveyard, over cold fields, beneath a sagging sky. A silent film is suddenly pierced with a sound, a scream that only she can hear.
Whatever happens, I'll do my best to stay alive. I promise, Mama.
The girl sniffles, putting the flute away before taking a quick look around the carriage.
Miss Semmelweis won't be back for a while, right?
I'm here to investigate this duplicity. One last question. How familiar are you with vampiric legends? Vampires aren't the only dangerous things that may lurk on this train.
She did pay for my beef stew and lark cake, but she seems really obsessed with vampires. No, the sooner I leave, the better.
He jumps from her seat, hesitates, then drops 2 coins on the table.
Forgive me, Miss Semmelweis. I'll repay you. Someday. Cross my heart.
Resolute, she turns back, searching for another refuge.
I'm lost. I can't find my friends. I'm sure you'll find them sooner or later. It's not like they were thrown off the train or something. So, just keep on searching. Go on, you can do it.
Girl hurries to leave, but her hem is caught.
Please help me. I
Her sobbing echoes so loudly that people 3 carriages away prick their ears. Last, she plays her trump card, moving her hat to reveal her fangs and crimson eyes.
Stop crying! I'm a vampire. If you don't stop, I'll bite you.
Really?
No fear, no disgust. Only curiosity, innocent wonder.
Aren't you afraid of me? I'm a red-eyed vampire. See?
The more she says it, the less I believe it. She leans closer, pulling down her eyelids.
Wow! Your eyes are so pretty. Like rubies.
Rubies? Never heard that one before.
She flushes red, caught off guard by the compliment.
Rubies, or maybe the red roses of Damascus.
How does a kid know this?
Roses? Sure they are. Roses that never wither. Tell me more. More of these good things about vampires.
Girl circles her while jumping up and down like an excited puppy.
But Miss Dorothy doesn't let us read vampire stories. She says they're, made up believe. I don't care though. I think they're amazing. Don't you? So, I read them myself. The pure-blooded vampires are the strongest, and they live in big, big castles. You must live in one too, right?
Sure I do. Now that you mention it. Maybe I can tell you all about my glorious ancestors.
Robuska coughs slightly, claps her hands, and recounts her proud history.
Ahem. Long, long, long. A lot of longs ago. Back in the earliest times. A most amazing ancestor of mine gave some invaders a good beating. Yeah, that's right. He was the famous impaler known as Dracula. Arnold V.
Dracula!
My great-grandfather Arnold lived for 155 years. Then, he took a wooden stake to the heart and bled to death.
Then, how old are you?
Name's Robuska. I'm 14 years old. I'm 214 years old. Yep, I've already lived 200 plus 2 times 7 years. But I'm still young for a vampire of my lineage.
Vampire? William! You're here. This is my new friend, Robuska. She's a vampire.
I just checked the warning.
Wow, a real life vampire?
I accidentally disconnected my mic when I moved the chair. Excited voices fill the air until a boy steps from the shadows, scorn written on
How
his...
do you know she's a vampire, huh? You don't have any proof.
Yeah, just
she look anything like the ones in the stories? She does! Her eyes are red, like rubies.
But when Uncle Henry was sick, his eyes went all red, and you said he was a vampire too. Remember? Miss Dorothy even scolded us for being rude.
Don't listen to him. You're a real vampire, right, Rabuska?
Of course I am.
She flusters, now determined to defend the honor of her kind.
You want proof? Then here it is. I'll show you what a real vampire looks like.
She makes a performance of strolling under the light.
Take a look. Can you find my shadow?
Shadow. Wait, you don't have a shadow.
Shadows accompany every child, an identical twin matching the movements of their hands in the darkness. But Rabuska stands alone, as if the light itself goes straight through her, as though she was never bound to its law, never part of the world it illuminated.
We vampires don't have shadows.
Vampire! Vampire!
The children cheer louder and louder, clapping with glee.
Whoa! She really is a bona fide vampire.
Bone and fide.
Told you so.
Her pride is short-lived. Another challenge soon follows.
So, you're a vampire. Then you must be brave. How about the scary conductress? Have you ever talked to her?
Conductress? I mean, more than just talk. She's actually one of my best friends. You think she's scary, huh? I'm telling you, she's big, but she's slow. If it weren't for me...
The children watch with rapt attention.
Wow, you're like a boss. Our boss. Boss! Boss!
She feels almost dizzy with power.
Well, if you insist. Alright, fine. I'll be your boss.
Looks like you're having fun, best friend.
A rumbling voice cuts through.
You heard all that?
We heard you the moment we entered the carriage. How wonderful to see you all getting along.
Big but slow. Is that right?
It's just a game.
Play as you like, but don't block the aisle.
Sure thing, old pal. We'll, make sure we do that.
Are these your new friends, Miss Rabuska?
The stewardess examines the gaggle of children surrounding Rabuska.
Not just friends. They're more like, familiars. Right, everyone?
Rabuska sniffs, proud of her new followers.
Exactly. We're the familiars of the great
Ahem. This place is too crowded. I must have a larger castle. You hear me?
She changes the subject abruptly.
When we get there, I can tell you some more stories about that.
That? Oh, that. New stories! New stories!
Arch's minions. The noise fades and the carriage returns to calm.
How lovely it is to see Miss Rabuska making so many new friends. I'm almost a little jealous.
You've never had many friends. Is that why?
Ima sneaks a glance at her, hesitating.
It's about time we headed back. Miss Semmelweis must be waiting.
It is. Let's go.
Oh, that's such a step. Before leaving, the stewardess casts a final worried look at the mischievous passenger, remembering her shadowed smile, and those impossibly brilliant crimson eyes.
Robuska.
Well, every chapter has one of these, eh? Lead farm, dreams of yesterday. Annabelle's diary. Outside, it's dark as clothes. You wish something opposite. Okay, 5 seconds each power. That's cute. And grim. 4.5 friends. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats. The shadow play is about to begin. Partie 5. 4.5 friends. The train rocks as it plows through the winter storm. The investigator lets her vision glaze over the scene beyond the window, still pondering the meaning of the Taurus's badge.
She handed it over so naturally, as if she had done it countless times. Plus, it appears she's encountered someone from the Foundation before. I am forced to conclude that our conductress is hiding something from me.
She pulls a pocket watch from her coat and flicks it open.
They've been gone for a while now. Well...
Then she looks around the room. Thanks to the conductress's fine administrative processes, every file is simple to find. Timetables to station logs, everything is within reach.
These files are just sitting out on the table. Do they have no sense of confidentiality? An easily laid clue is often a trap, though. This could be bait. Better act cautiously.
The investigator shakes her head, casting the thought aside.
I apologize for keeping you.
Orvis enters and returns to her sofa. Her loyal stewardess follows in behind. She takes stock of the room, confirming that nothing has changed since.
Ima has placed your luggage at your seat. No need to worry. Nothing has ever gone missing from the Danube Dawn. You've waited for some time. Where were we? The Foundation, your vampire, and this investigation you mentioned.
To rule out any threat, I need to verify every passenger on board, carriage by carriage.
The investigator shifts tactics, speaking more directly.
That would be controversial, especially in the midst of this war. I fear it may cause unnecessary disturbances. I'm sure neither of us would like a repeat of the incident from before.
I apologize, but my mission parameters are clear. You've misunderstood my intent. This was a notification, not a negotiation.
In that case, I will need to see some formal authorization. I won't allow someone to disturb the peace of my passengers just because they claim it to be necessary.
He arches a brow, certain that the investigator doesn't have the authorization.
I fear that authorization is still little more than a draft on their desk. The joys of bureaucracy. But as you seem to be a fan of red tape, if you refuse to cooperate, regulations state that it is within my power.
He pauses to draw out the effect.
To stop the Danube Dawn.
Stop the train! No!
Indeed. I am fully within my authority to stop this train at any time to conduct an investigation.
I understand, but it could inconvenience our passengers.
Just the passengers?
Emma opens her mouth, then closes it again, glancing at the conductress. Orvis stands and pats her on the shoulder.
I see. I have one stipulation. That my stewardess and I accompany you during your inspection.
As you wish. I assure you the process will be carried out with openness and transparency.
If the purpose is likewise open and transparent, yes.
Naturally, conductress. I have told you everything. As far as I'm permitted, at least.
The investigator maintains a practiced, businesslike smile as she extends her hand.
There's no time to lose. Let's get started. Glad we could come to an agreement, conductress.
Announcements, explanations, records, their cooperation continues smoothly.
How many carriages left?
Except the locomotive, the brake van, our compartment, 2 registered, and this one we're registering.
12 minus 3, then minus 2, then minus 1. 6 carriages to go.
Semmelweis answers with a subdued smile.
Conductress, Miss Ima, I need your help. 2 of my students have gone missing.
A worried lady approaches, concern evident on her brow.
Please remain calm, madam. How long have they been missing? Could you describe them in detail?
The 2 of them are about this tall. The little girl always carries a doll with her, and the boy has short brown curly hair. I lost sight of them in the dining car about half an hour ago. Seems they've taken this train as some sort of playground.
Conductress, they sound like the little boy and girl we met just now.
He notes down each description carefully, attentive to all the passengers.
Ah, Robuska's familiars. Look behind you, madam. Are these your students?
Following the conductress's words, all eyes turn to the children at the back.
After the glorious Count Arnold V came my grandfather, Savanovich. Grandfather Savanovich brought the whole family north of the Danube and built Argesh Mill. Argesh Castle. He lived to be 165 years old.
Nor. The girl eagerly continues her tales, unaware and unconcerned that her audience has drifted off to sleep.
William, Annabelle, you can't go messing about yourselves like this.
He's so British. The governess storms over, skirts swaying wider than usual, appearing almost like a bowling ball rolling down the aisle.
Miss Dorothy?
Uh-oh.
Children jolt awake. Annabelle springing from Rabushka's lap.
Annabelle, you get back here right now! You should know better than to associate with that kind of company. That goes for you too, William. Come on, quickly.
That kind of company? Is she talking about me?
From her sharp gaze, Rabushka realizes the difference in their clothes. A hand lands on her shoulders, breaking her thought.
We meet again, old pal. We're here to register your information if you might spare the time.
If I said I couldn't, would you let me go?
I suggest you do a thorough check on her background. I suspect she could be a trafficker.
Oh my god.
No, Miss Dorothy. I was lost, and Rabushka helped me.
How many times have I told you? You are a young lady of a certain stature. It won't do to get too close to this riffraff.
The riffraff?
Riffraff? Hey lady, what do you mean?
Apologies, madam, but this is just a simple passenger registration. No need to worry, Miss Rabushka. We just have a few simple questions for you. Let's see. What are you?
I'm Rabushka.
She straightens her back and speaks firmly.
Sorry. Perhaps I wasn't clear. I mean your lineage.
Lineage? Oh, sure. I'm Thermanikian.
Let's hurry this along. Not your name, nor your place of birth, nor gender. Arcanist or human?
Oh, then I guess I'm...
There is no third option.
Well, how do you know? All right,
The girl falters, eyes dodging, but it's William that leaps to explain.
She's our vampire boss. Of course she's an arcanist.
Silence, William. Who taught you to say such things?
Oh.
I was just messing around with the kids. Didn't you ever play make-believe when you were young? Vampires, werewolves, Rusalka.
I did not.
Sorry, that got me. The conductress coldly interrupts her.
Given these extraordinary times, I'll ask that there be no more such make-believe on the train.
I won't do it again, I swear.
She exhales, but Annabelle, now awake and confused, speaks up.
But you are a vampire, Rabushka.
The air stills.
You don't have a shadow. You showed us. And real vampires don't have shadows, right? Vampires are really, really strong. And Rabushka is a good vampire. So, you should all be nice to her.
She gathers her courage, standing firm even under the governess's glare. Most quiet, but sure as the challenge she's cast. Challenges their attitude. The crowd looks down upon the fiercely embroidered carpet beneath the girl's feet and fails to find her shadow.
She's right. She really has no shadow.
Uh-oh.
You call this messing around?
The patchwork conductress takes a step forward, her towering figure making children stumble back in fear, and rests once more on Rabushka's shoulder, firm yet proper.
You're going to have to come with us. I'm afraid that Danube Dawn's security protocol dictates an immediate closed interrogation.
Just yoinks Rabuska. Just like, oh, sorry. Come with us. You gotta love it. Suspect's testimony. New Dawn passenger. The Manikia Arcanost. Isis. Who are you?
I'm Rabuska. Are we done? This isn't funny, you know?
What is your purpose on this train? What?
I'm going to Budapest to find a job. Let me go!
Do you have any companions aboard?
Vampires don't team up. People are too scared of me.
Are you a vampire?
Yeah, I'm a vampire, okay? But so what? I didn't do anything.
Hangs her head, her whole body radiating defeat.
She doesn't bear any signs of Manus Vindictae's rituals. She may indeed be innocent, but can't rule her out for definite yet. Best to be safe.
Semmelweis returns to the conductress's.
I've checked her over. She's not a threat, nor is she my target.
Then this isn't any ordinary vampire you're searching for.
I'm not at liberty to say.
You hear that? She says I'm not a threat.
Soon she perks up again, a hint of color returning to her face.
But, according to regulations, dangerous creatures like vampires should be contained in such situations.
Huh?
It's for the safety of all passengers. A hungry young vampire in an enclosed space like a train is always a risk.
No, don't lock me up. I'm not even hungry.
This is not a request. It's a notification. You've already admitted that you're a vampire.
Vampire, vampire, vampire! Yeah, I'm a vampire, so what?
Her ruby eyes seem ablaze with fury.
Have I bitten anyone? Have I sucked any blood? Have I hurt even a single person? I don't understand you people. Always putting everyone in boxes and then treating them differently just because you put them there. It's like your brains are all square or something. 1 minute we're friends, and then the next you're tying me up. All because of these boxes you're so obsessed with. It's because of these boxes, these stupid labels, that this whole war started. Why, I have nowhere to go. And now you can't wait to do the same to me. Then fine, go ahead.
Tears begin to streak down her face.
I'm a vampire. Everyone hates me. Go on. What are you waiting for? Follow your rules. Pierce me through with the stake.
Goodness, Rabuska. You.
The carriage is silent for a moment. The passengers stare at the girl as if seeing her new. The conductress loosens the strings that bind her.
Apologies. We had to tie you up to prevent you from...
Aha! The weakness is revealed. Take this, pal!
Oh. The Rabuska fight.
There are many routes to travel,
but only one destination.
Not bad, assistant. You almost got me.
Huh. You're not so bad yourself, acting like you care, and then the next second, turning against me. Well, you want a problem? I'll give you a problem.
Gonna pop her in one go. Very awkward. We'll see.
That was certainly a choice.
Oh.
By God's grace.
Yeah, that was... Sorry, Rabuska.
Alright, Rabuska. Calm down.
Your struggle is pointless. I suggest you stop it.
Pointless? Ha! Clearly you haven't met my teeth. Let me go! Yeah! Vampires...
He folded so quickly.
I didn't even get a good bite in!
Resistance is futile. The conductress pins her down with ease.
You're brave. Bold, even. But you're not going anywhere. For now.
Let me go! Let me...
I'll leave her to you, investigator. The Danube Dawn is not a detention center. We have no obligation to take care of your travel companion.
A minor nuisance, nothing more. Not for her missing teammates, the investigator wouldn't mind playing chaperone for a day.
But perhaps we could offer a personal favor to Miss Semmelweis.
The stewardess, silent until now, finally speaks with a strange note of eagerness.
I'm sure I could find an empty room to take care of her. I mean, keep an eye on her.
The train will arrive at the border checkpoint later today. She can stay with us until then.
Semmelweis lets out a steady, meaningful breath, resigned to this course of action.
I appreciate your cooperation.
Wait, what about what I think? Where are you taking me?
Sensing the girl's unease, Aima gently takes her hand.
You can stay in my room, Ruby. There's an extra sofa stuffed with goose feathers. It's ever so soft. You're welcome to have a rest there if you're tired.
Ruby? Come to think of it, that sofa does sound tempting.
He folded so fast.
Call it house arrest. Allow us to escort you.
The two figures march down the narrow train corridor. One dangles by her collar, the other nearly scraping the roof, together an inseparable uncanny whole.
Watch it! You're pulling my hair! I'll bite you! All of you! I swear!
You ignore the faintest bit of noise, that is. Cheeky little narrator. Yeah, I see. There we go, everybody. Part 1 to 6 of The Midnight Whistle. It's entertaining so far. So far, I feel like we're definitely on more, I wouldn't say comedic, but we're on the more light-hearted track. That little emotional outburst from Rabuska. But that's about it. For now, that'll be all for today. We'll probably be back tomorrow. A little bit more. 7 to like 13 or 14. We can push it. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining me today. My name is Yuta Turtle. This has been Reverse 1999, patch 3.1, the Midnight Whistle. I know I said I'd do a commentary version early. Still, like, in the works. I need to figure out if I'm just like recording the whole thing, editing out things. So that's just kept me a little busy alongside other things. Definitely not the hunting's on the pirate. This one I'm not so sure of because I don't think this patch is one of the story patches, so say so. only gonna be here, but we will get around to Rebusca's personal story as well. And then afterwards, we'll probably have a few other games to stream, or at least actually do something with on the channel. Instead of just reverse content, I swear, not only doing reverse. Yeah, thank you everybody. I hope you guys have a good evening, morning, and afternoon, wherever you might be. And of course, as always, do stay safe and have fun, because that's what we're here to do, hopefully. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye for now. Sure to have your ticket.